Hello my friends, I hope you are fine. This video provides you with some basics of query tool and operators in ATLAS.ti. Now what is the query tool? Well, a query is a search expression that has two components, operands and operators. It also defines the conditions that a quotation must meet to be retrieved. There are two types of operands and three types of operators, as you can see in this slide. Previously, we talked about codes and code groups as the two types of operands. So in this video, we focus on the operators, including set, semantic, and proximity operators. Also note that we can define the scope of the query in ATLAS.ti, and I will show you how it can be done later. So let's start with set or Boolean operators. Okay, allow me to explain this Venn diagram for you first. In this Venn diagram, I have two codes, code A and code B, represented by the blue circles. I also have 5 quotations, Q1 to Q5. Note that Q1, Q2, and Q3 have been coded with code A, and Q2, Q4, and Q5 have been coded with code B. Now, there are 4 operators under the set operators category, including OR, XOR, AND, and NOT. So the result of A or B will be the quotations coded by A, B, or both of them. Here in this example, the result will be Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and Q5. In fact, all of the quotations. Now, the second operator is XOR, and the result of A XOR B will be the quotations coded by A or B, but not both of them. So focusing on this Venn diagram, the result will be Q1, Q3, Q4, and Q5. Next, we have A and B, and the result of this query will be quotations coded by both codes. So again, in this example, the only quotation coded by both A and B is Q2. And lastly, the result of A not B will be the quotations coded only by the code A. So here in this example, it will be Q1 and Q3. Alright. Now let's have a look at semantic operators. Okay, this category contains 3 operators, including up, down, and siblings. And basically, semantic operators work with semantic networks that contain transitive code-code relations. So non-transitive relations are ignored when you use these operators. Also note that semantic operators are used only for one operand. Now, when you use up operator, you can get all the quotations connected to the selected code and the codes linked to it at an upper level. When you use down operator, all quotations connected to the selected code and the codes linked to it at a lower level will be retrieved. And finally, when you use siblings operator, all quotations connected to the selected code or any other descendants of the same parent code will be retrieved. Now let me show you one example with respect to semantic operators. Alright, as you can see, I have 4 codes in this slide, code A, B, C, D, and the quotations connected to these codes. For example, quotation 217 and 216 have been coded with code A, and quotation 215 and 219 have been coded with code C. Now, the result of the query UP-C will be all the quotations coded with code C as well as the quotations coded with code B. And this code B, is at an upper level comparing with code C. So the results will be 219, 215, 218, and 214. And the result of the query down C will be all the quotations coded with code C as well as the quotations coded with code D. That is the code at a lower level comparing with C. So here we will have 215, 219, and 212. And finally, SIP-C will result in all the quotations coded with code C as well as the quotations coded with code A, that is at the same level in this network. So the result will be quotations 219, 215, 216, and 217. Also note that the result of the query SIP-C and SIP-A will be the same. Okay, the next category is proximity operators. Well, proximity describes the spatial relation between quotations. So there are 7 types of proximity operators, including within, encloses, overlaps, overlapped by, follows, precedes, and co-occurs. Also note that they are used for 2 operands and they are not interchangeable. So A within B will be different from B within A, or A encloses B will be different from B encloses A. Alright, in this slide, I have provided you with the definition of each of these operators. Basically, you don't need to memorize these because when you place your cursor on any of these operators in ATLAS.ti, the description will be displayed. But let me just very quickly read all of these statements for you. A within B retrieves all quotations coded with A that are contained within quotations coded with B. A encloses B retrieves all quotations coded with A that contain quotations coded with B. A overlaps B retrieves all quotations coded with A that overlap quotations coded with B. And A overlapped by B retrieves all quotations coded with A that are overlapped by quotations coded with B. Note that co-occur is essentially a shortcut for a combination of these 4 operators plus the operator AND. And the other 2 include follows and precedes. A follows B retrieves all quotations coded with A that follow quotations coded with B, and A precedes B retrieves all quotations coded with A followed by quotations coded with B. Okay, in the last slide, I would like to show you 2 examples for proximity operators. The first one is within and the second one is co-occur. Okay, here I have one quotation in light blue color, the entire paragraph that has been coded with code F, and this segment within this paragraph from here to here that has been coded with code E. Now the result of the query E within F will be this quotation 1, 4. And finally, with respect to the query A co-occur C, there are 2 situations. So all the quotations like quotation 124 that have been coded with code A and C, as well as all the overlapping quotations like quotation 3.1 and 3.2 that have been coded by one of these 2 codes will be the result of the query. Okay, that's it. I hope you liked this video and thanks for watching.